Ooh, what's up, YouTube fans? Today, we're going to take a look at the Nailbomb RP upgrade kits for the X-Transbots Yaguchi, their version of Downshift, the Masterpiece Tracks, and the DX9 Red Storm, their version of Sideswipe. So, shout out to Nailbomb RP, sent me a giant box of stuff of different accessories. We did look at one of them already. We looked at the Magic Square Lord of War shoulder fix and gun, and now we're looking at these Autobot cars. There's actually a bunch of other stuff he sent. I just haven't been able to get to it, but we'll take a look at these. I'll go in order from left to right, and you can see the upgrade parts. They are 3D printed. The files are available on Cults 3D, so if you're interested in getting this and you're in the US, then that's the way to get it, is to download the files and get it printed. If you have a printer or you have a printing service, you can do that. If you are not in the US and you're in Australia or international, then I believe he will still be able to ship it. He does have an eBay page. You can contact. Now I'll put in the link in the description the Cults 3D store, as well as the TFW 2005 contact for this guy, so that you can reach out and figure it out. But if you're in the US, unfortunately due to the tariffs, you can only sell the 3D files. All right, first we'll take a look at the Yaguchi backpack and side filler. Now I have other issues with this figure, like paint chipping and stuff, but this definitely helps fill in the backpack, but also solidify the figure a little bit. So unplug this from right here, lift up on this, and you'll slide it up and in. I do recommend you open these just so that it ends up going on the inside and not the outside of those. But slide this up over this. You'll see these two metal pieces will end up inside the backpack, inside this outer edge. Make sure you get that slid all the way up. And then we're going to rotate this back in and come to the side here. You can fold that down. Now that actually is held. That's another issue, is this would constantly move on you. Now the backpack holds it from falling inwards. So that's really nice. And then you can bring this back down and plug it in. I mean, it's supposed to plug in the doors. I recommend you just don't, because it messes up the paint. Just leave it right there. And there you go. Filled in sides, filled in backpack. Really much better. Doesn't solve the paint issues, but that's X-Transbots. But there you go for Yaguchi. All right, next let's take a look at Masterpiece Tracks. And man, this is an older figure. We did recently get a new Tracks. That's the Star Toys tracker. But if you don't have that, you still have this guy. This kit may be useful for you. So first off, we get a backpack filler. Looks like this. It's a pretty good match. It's got like a metallic or glossy blue. Go ahead and unpeg the backpack, and this is going to slide right into here and meet up with the front. Actually I have it upside down. You want the long parts on the top. There's a peg right here that's going to go into a slot back here. So go ahead and insert this way, and make sure that peg hits the slot. And if you look, you'll see these long pieces are actually coming to the front and meeting up with the front. That's a pretty good fill. Go ahead and put this back on. This should just catch right here. I've never liked the way they did this transformation. They could have done better. All right, the next part is the arms. You can see there's a gap in the arms the way they did the transformation. So he's giving you this piece. It's a 3D printed piece. It just inserts right into there and clips into place. Fills the gap, and this side as well. So a simple little thing there. And the last piece is missile covers to make them bigger. So apparently these are kind of small for the Toon look. I'll put the Toon up there. You get either the one with the blue edge or just the clean one like this. I prefer the one with the blue. I think one is probably Toon and one is probably Toy, but I just like the color of the blue. The blue is a little bit bigger. And I'll put one on each side so you can see the difference. But you're basically going to take this. It is keyed to a side, so insert the front of the missile into it and then push it on until you get the wing part inside there. And then slide it back, and that'll hold it on there. It's very secure, actually. All right, so that's the colored one. Let's give you the non-colored one, and make sure you grab the right side. It is side specific. So push the front in, then slide this on while sliding it back so it clips into that little wing. So there you go. You can have the white, the bigger white, or the white with the blue part on it. I do think that looks more accurate. I don't know if people would want it that big, but I do think it looks more accurate. And I like the little blue part. That's kind of cool. All right, and last but not least, we've got the DX9 Red Storm, their version of Sideswipe. And this one is particularly interesting to me because I bought this figure and it had the blue headlights. And right after they put this out, they put out a Toon version with the clear lights, also with the less bluish arms. Although I don't mind this much. Same as the gun. They changed it to white, and they also painted the toes white. And that really annoyed me. I wasn't going to buy it. Well, this kit lets you fix it. I've already dropped this once. That's why I have it in here. But this also has shoulder pads to fill in the shoulders so you don't see that metal bar. It really makes a difference. And I know people are like, why do you need that? But I'll show you in a minute. So let's do the headlights. You're going to go ahead and remove the shoulder cannon because we're going to open up the chest. So unpeg the chest from here. We can lift up on the whole chest plate. And on the inside, you'll see it's actually pretty easy to pop out the headlight. There's a little blue thing. I can take this out too. A little blue tab holding in the light. That's all you need to do. It's really, really simple. Pop that out. And I'm amazed how easily that comes out. It seems like something they could have fixed themselves. But then you're going to pop in the new one. It is side specific, so you got to make sure you got the right shape. And I'm trying my best not to lose it. Okay, I got the wrong one. Of course. It's a 50-50, and I got it wrong. Here we go. So there's how it looks. Pretty simple. Just to show you the two different colors together. There we go. So there's the clear, there's the blue. Definitely prefer the clear, so I'm going to do this side as well. And again, just pop out from the bottom. And then we'll set these aside and pop in the new one. Right? And then when you transform it back, just make sure you get all of this stuff reconfigured. There's a bunch of things to do, actually. So we want to get this, make sure that's pulled out far enough. These pieces will come down and plug into the neck piece as well as down here. These should plug in right here. And then this, there's a little clip underneath. Make sure that plugs in, and then line this up with the chest. And there you go. Clear headlights. Love it. We also get these shoulder pads. So this basically fills in this. So there's a little gap right here. And that's going to go right over where you see this little circular peg. So that clips in pretty securely. Let's do the other one. Big difference. Just having those white shoulder pads there, you know, and it stays in really nicely. All right, so there it is, the Nail Bomb RP upgrade kits for X-Transbots Yaguchi, or their version of Downshift, the Masterpiece Tracks, and the DX9 Red Storm, their version of Sideswipe. And I'm pretty impressed. I like what he did here. It definitely improves all of the figures. Each of them, I think, is better off with the upgrade kits. Now, for me personally, the Sideswipe is definitely the one that I wanted the most. This is a fix that I was looking forward to because I hated those blue lights. I don't mind the arms so much, so I'm definitely not going to pick up the Toon version 2 that they put out. This is now good, especially with the shoulder pads. You know, it really looks good. Yaguchi, I did have in alt mode, but I'll probably leave him in robot mode just because this definitely makes it more solid, fills him out, and also just transforming him back and forth. It's not very good at the paint likes to chip, so I'm going to just leave it like this. The only one that I'm not going to use probably is the Tracks, just because my Tracks is now in vehicle mode since I've got the Star Toys tracker in robot mode. But still, I like the way it looks. It definitely improves the Toon look of the cannons or the missiles on the top, which wasn't a problem I knew we had, but I guess it definitely fixes it. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Nail Bomb RP for sending this all the way from Australia. I do appreciate it, and I really appreciate the work you're doing. If you're interested, you can pick it up from the Cults 3D file and get it printed yourself if you have a printer, or send it to a printing service. If you're not in the U.S. and you're outside, you can hit him up on TFW or through his eBay page, which I'll put in the link in the description. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
TM Reviews. What's up, YouTube fans?